Michael Sucker Punch is planning other spin-offs besides Ghost of Yotei. Jordan Miller over VGC. Sucker Punch is planning other spin-off projects beyond its newly announced Ghost of Tsushima follow-up, Ghost of Yotei. That's according to a New York Times interview with Ghost of Yotei creative directors Nate Fox and Jason Cannell. The pair, who will once again serve as creative directors on the project, spoke to the publication about the newly announced game, which is set 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima. The article also notes that the announcement of Ghost of Yotei retrospectively changes Ghost of Tsushima from a standalone game to a start of a franchise, which it says, quote, will include at least one movie and other spin-offs. And quote. Yeah, exactly, right? The Ghost of Tsushima movie is currently in the works and will be directed by Chad the John Wick, Chapter 4 director, so that's exciting. Quote, when we started working on a sequel, the first question we asked ourselves is, what is the DNA of a Ghost game? End quote. Fox told the New York Times, quote, it's about transporting the player to the romance and beauty of feudal Japan. End quote. Part of the game's inspiration came from Mount Yotei, which can be seen in the game's announcement trailer. Some of the game's team visited the mountain and surrounding area to gain inspiration for the upcoming sequel. Dude, that's pretty wild, to say the least. They also went to a park, so the park there too. So inside the park, we have to watch a video telling you about the dangers of bears. End quote, Fox said. Quote, being in this incredibly beautiful park with jagged cliffs and water, yet all the time being aware that there were dangerous bears was electrifying. We strive to bring that into the video game, that feeling of danger. End quote. Ghost of Yotei is planned for a 2025 release date. Very, very exciting. Dude, I can't wait. We watched this. It got announced at the end of the state of play. I lost it. I can't, like, the hype level is real. Sucker Punch put Ghost of Tsushima on the map. And I think it really kind of elevated Sucker Punch to another level as a studio, bringing them up there to the competitive level of their own internal studio over there with PlayStation, like Naughty Dog. So this is kind of okay. Now we're, which one's going to have the better game? Like now there's this competition kind of thing of, hey, you're both at this high level. This is awesome because we're just going to get one banging game after another that comes out of both studios, and the hype level is real. A lot of trust going into Ghost of Tsushima, and then that worked out well, and now we're getting Ghost of Yotei, a follow-up set 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima. So that brings us into a new character, and then from there, we're getting other spin-offs as well.
Yeah, I'm excited. They have a lot planned. I'm interested that they called it a sequel, right? That was kind of the one thing after we saw that first trailer when we're like 300 years, main character of Ghost of Tsushima, obviously nowhere to be found. I thought I was really curious, are we going to get references? Are we going to get some sort of hint that this is a sequel? And yes, I mean, they're calling it a sequel in the interview, so I'll be curious to see what tie-ins we get. That was kind of the one thing that blew my mind, outside of the fact that apparently there's already a movie in the works. I'll be curious, right? Video game movies are very hit or miss, Drew, so this could be really, really good for the franchise or really, really bad. I assume it comes out after Yotei, maybe before their next spin-off game, so the movie tanks. Maybe we don't see another Ghost one, but it's curious to see that, hey, we got one game, and they're basically like, let's go all in. Love to hear it. Can't wait for this game, and can't wait to see. I mean, I think the battle between this game and Assassin's Creed, I know this game doesn't have an official concrete release date, is going to be massive. I'm curious if they're far enough away that Assassin's Creed has time to breathe. But yeah, I cannot wait for this. The movie has me optimistically hyped as well, because if they do it well, oh, it's going to be amazing. Any samurai movie I think if done well is awesome. So glad to hear they're popping off, Drew. I cannot wait for Yotei, and I cannot wait for the movie either. That one kind of caught me off guard. I'm excited for that.
No, absolutely, right? I'm excited to see what they do with the movie.
Yeah.
Do they follow Tsushima? Do they go into Yotei? Or do they go in between? Or, like, where do they set up? We get into a whole character that we don't know. Probably benefit them more, I think, to give us a character that we don't know from the first game, right?
Yeah.
Make your own kind of thing and build into the world, build into the lore of Ghost and where they're heading over there with Sucker Punch. I'm looking for... I thought we saw a release date. I thought February.
We had just seen 2025. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay.
No. From what I'm looking, I don't see anything as far as an actual date.
I think we tried to manifest it into February to piss off Assassin's Creed. We manifested that one.
Right? Like oh man, I don't think they stand a chance with Assassin's Creed. I think there's a lot of problems over there right now at Ubisoft and what's going on. But yeah, I'm definitely, as of right now. Excited to see what other spin-offs are we going to get into, right? Are they going to get into novels, graphic novels? Like, how far do they push this? We know right now over PlayStation that there's a hard push on transmedia crossing platforms, right? Between film, television, and then the gaming side of it. When you get The Last of Us comes over, crushes it on HBO. Season 2 is coming up here soon-ish, kind of give or take, right?
So, yeah.
And now we're getting a film with Ghost, whatever that looks like. So a lot of things on the go for PlayStation. A lot of hype. I think 2025 is looking for like an incredible year for PlayStation as we kind of take a look at the roadmap of what we do know of and what is coming, and still the things that aren't announced. So because they've been working on those for so long, you got to think Ben's coming up with their game soon, right? Blue Point's got to be coming out with their game soon as well, and the other teams over there. Do we get fair games next year, or is that like a 2026 thing? Who knows? But we'll find out soon. But well, yeah, Ghost of Yotei looks absolutely stunning, and it is built from the ground up for a PlayStation 5 title. No longer PS4. We're moving on to next gen, current gen, whatever you want to call it now, and getting ready for the Pro. I think if you get the Pro, if you can afford it, you find it above the scalpers, then you're in for a good spot and have this thing running at the full potential that it should be.